Alright, what is going on, guys, and welcome back to another, to another video. I've been really feeling the grind these last couple days, and I thought I'd make a tier list. So, let's get right into that. So, of all these are all the Minecraft blocks, not quite updated yet. You know, some of the blocks aren't in there, but that's okay. First, iron ore. I'm going to give iron ore an A tier, because iron ore, that's all you really need to beat the game, to be honest, if you're speedrunning. You know, that's all you need. Next is coal. I'm going to give coal a C tier. It's not too bad, but it's just, you don't really need it. You can make charcoal, you can just cook it with stuff with wood, you know. Oak logs that aren't oak logs, I'm giving that an F tier. You know, they're terrible. There's nothing you can really say about that. Leaves, that's gonna be a D tier. You know, it's just leaves. They don't do a whole lot. You know, you may get apples or saplings or whatever. But sponge, F tier. No one uses sponge really. Glass, I'll give that a C tier. Great for building, great for all that stuff. Lapis, I'll give that a B. You know, you need it for enchanting, and that's it. Lapis block, I'll give that a C. No, I'll give that a D because you don't really use it for anything. You can't even use it for beacons, I don't think. Granite, D. Even the polished version just doesn't look good, really, in anything, so not a great thing to have. Dispenser, I'll give that a B. You know, it fires arrows, but it can fire armor for you if you want to make like a automated armory or something. It could be a good thing to have. Sandstone, that's a D. I would put it at F, but you can make some pretty cool builds with sandstone, to be honest. Note block, that's an F. It's just, you're never going to use a note block. I mean, if you're making music, maybe you'll use a note block, but you don't really need one. Bed, that's an S tier. You know, obviously. Helps defeat the inner dragon. You know, you can skip the night. Great for hardcore. All of that. Powered rails, I'll give that a C. Actually, no, I'll give that a B. Or a B. I'll give that a B. It's a good B. Solid B. Solid B. Solid B. You know, you can't really have a railway. You can't really have a railway without it. Powered, or I don't even know what that's called, but it's getting a D because you don't really use it that much. Piston, easy A. Just great for doors, great for pretty much anything. You can make a flying machine with pistons. Great stuff, great stuff. Cobwebs, I'll give that a D tier. Because it's great if you need to get string early game, and you know, it just kind of looks aesthetically pleasing in situations. Normal piston, I'll give that a B. You know, it could still be used for good purposes, but not a whole lot to it. Wool, I'll give that a C. Solid C. It's helpful. You can dye it to make special kinds of builds. It makes beds, obviously, but it doesn't really have anything other than that that's practical. I think this is diorite. I'll give that a C. It's definitely better than granite. It has some good building qualities to it, you know. Good stuff. It's just gonna, if you put it in your floor, you can make it work. Gold block, I'll give that an A, because even though you can't make enchanted golden apples, it was good for when you could. And it's just aesthetically pleasing. You can make a beacon out of it, all that good stuff. Iron block, I'll give that. Actually, I'm gonna move these down. Same thing pretty much. You can make an iron golem, which is nice, but it's not a whole lot different. Brick, that's F. It looks ugly. It's not easy to make, and it's just not really worth it at all. Unless you're making like a chimney, which can still look better with just like wood or something. TNT, that's definitely an A tier. It makes netherite easier to find nowadays. So do beds, and it's just like an overall. It's a fun block, I would say, is why it's so good. Bookshelves, I say that's a B tier. You get to enchant with it. It looks good. You know, it's good for some builds. Actually, I'm gonna move it down to a C tier. Mossy cobblestone, that's D. It doesn't really look good unless you're making something old and abandoned, and it's just not very good looking, to be honest. Obsidian, easy A. One of my favorite blocks personally. It looks good. It makes the Nether portal, and it's good. Just like if it's TNT proof, bed proof. It just makes a really good place. Torches. I give that torches. I'll give them a B. I say. I usually use a texture pack that makes everything light, so I don't really use torches. But if you're using shaders or something, they look really nice. So that's a plus. Mob spawner. I'll give that a C. Can make some good XP farms, but it's rare. You know, the blaze spawns from it, which is nice, but it's overall not that great. Chest, that's an S. I'll give that an S. You know, if there weren't chests, then we would have things much harder. Things would just be really difficult, to be honest. You know, I like chests. Andesite is easy F. It's honestly worse than granite. Polished, it looks absolutely disgusting. But so yeah, that's about all I have to say about it. Diamond ore, that's easy S. One of my favorite block designs in the game, other than Emerald. You know, I've mined it a million times, but every time I see it, I freak out. You know, I get excited. So yeah, it's a great block. Diamond block, I'll give that an A. Not as good, you know, it doesn't come naturally, but it's still a nice looking block. Not as nice looking as iron. You can make a beacon out of it, you know. Just when you have a lot of diamond blocks, it's like the biggest flicks. So that's cool. Crafting table, easy S. Crafting tables are what makes Minecraft so incredible. I would say is one of the reasons. There's a bird outside. It's super loud. I can see it. Oh, it flew away. All right, nice. You know, it's just a great block. Easy to get, but has so much potential and abilities. Furnace, I'll give that an A. You know, not as good as a smoker and blast furnace, obviously, but it's what you know. It's what you know as Minecraft, I guess. A sign. This is quite an interesting one. I'll give it a C. You know, I like the sign. I mean, you can do some funny stuff with it. You can make it look like you boarded up a door, but that's about it. So, you know, stairs. Wooden stairs. I'm guessing that this is just standing for all the types of stairs. That's what I'm guessing. I'll give that an A. Makes a great roof. You know, if you have a mine, you can just make stairs and make it way faster, go up and down. Good stuff. Doors. that's obviously an A. You know, there's not a whole lot to say about doors. You know, you need one pretty much unless you got piston doors and stuff. You know, it's just like every starter house has to have one. Ladders, I'll give that a D. You know, I don't really use ladders. I don't think anyone really uses ladders unless they really have to. I think stairs just look better, and ladders just kind of make things not look as good. Rails, I would say that that's on the same level as powered rails. If it was just powered rails, it would be much harder. You need gold for power rails, but you know, it started off with just rails, and that's how I enjoy it. Pressure plate. I guess I would put pressure plate as a C. You know, it's not terrible. It's not anything real special. You know, it does kind of look cool, but it makes it easy for anything to just walk on into your house if you use one on the outside. So, cobblestone. I'll give that a B tier. You know, it's a great starter build. You know, it can be turned into stone brick, all that good stuff, and those things do look really good. And it's gives you all the wooden or the stone pickaxes, furnaces, all that. So that's nice. Redstone, I'll give that a B tier. It creates a lot of cool things, but it's not very helpful. You know, it doesn't really do anything if you have the blocks. So, redstone torch, I think that's a D tier. You know, you can use it for redstone builds, but it's just not very aesthetically pleasing. You know, it doesn't give off a lot of light. It's just not very nice to look at. Snow block, F. The only reason anyone ever even gets a snow block is to make a snow golem. Let's be honest here. So, I'm not a fan. Ice, you know, that's better. You can make some pretty cool builds with it, but it's still nothing special. You know, you gotta have silk touch to even mine it. It gets melted easily, you know, stuff like that. Clay, that's a D. You know, you can get some cool stuff with it, but like fireworks, but it's mostly just absolute garbage. Jukebox, no matter what anyone tells me, it's absolute garbage. It's terrible. It's not good. Whoops. But what have I done? Okay, it's just not good at all. It's just really bad. You know, you gotta spend a diamond, and you have to find music discs to even use it. So that's kind of annoying just in the first place. Fences, easy A. You know, it's a very special thing. You know, it's very unique, and the nether brick fence looks very nice. Pumpkins, that's a D. You know, you can make pie out of it. You can make a jack-o'-lantern. That's about it. Netherrack. I just don't really like the look of it. It can't really be used for anything other than the nether. So if you want to use it in a build, you kind of just have to make it like a hellscape, I guess. So yeah. Soul sand, kind of disturbing to look at, but I'll give it a D tier instead of F because you can grow netherwort on it. It has a bunch of screaming faces on it, and like netherrack, it can only really be used for one thing. Wooden planks, that's an A. I would give this an S, but it doesn't really look that good when you're building with it. I'm just being honest. I would rather use something different like cobblestone or stone bricks or something like that. Contrary to that. Glowstone, that's an A, definitely an A. It's a great light. If you put it under a carpet, it makes the room nice and bright. And even if you don't, it will still look nice. Stone bricks, that's a B. Actually, no. Here, I'll just move this down. It's definitely higher than cobblestone, and it just looks really nice. It's very aesthetically pleasing. You know, it makes good castles and towers too. Iron bars, F, you know, you can make jails and cages out of it, but it's not really very good other than that. Nether brick, I'll give that a C, I guess. You know, it looks pretty good, but it only works in one case, pretty much. So, um, hold on one second. To the enchantment table, easy, eh? It's just a great thing overall. It's just nice. You can make your weapons epic gaming weapons, you know. Brewing stand, not as good. You know, I don't really use potions because I'm just that epic of a gamer. I don't really need them. So cauldron, that's I'll give that a B, just because it can save you in the Nether, you know. And stone, that's an easy D. It's just not very good, to be honest. Redstone lamp, D, and emerald, D, bedrock. I give that a C or a B. It's a pretty good looking block. Ender chest, that's an easy A. S, I mean. Emerald block doesn't really use anything. Beacon, definitely an A. So I'm running out of time, so I'm just gonna put these here and then get back to you. Alright, that's the tier list. Thank you for watching. See you next time. Goodbye.